to my channel. I am so excited to be coming to you live from the Philippines right here in the Philippines, man. It's so beautiful. We've been here now 2 years, and I'm telling you, it was the best decision we have ever made. And it is beautiful. It's wonderful. It is amazing. And why? Why? Why do I decide to pick up and leave America after 33 years? You see, I lived in America for 33 years. I became a citizen in America within 33 years of the time I lived there. I came to America in 1990 from the beautiful, wonderful, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful island of Jamaica. And I came to America, for in search of a better life. And when I look at it, I recognize that I had a better life in Jamaica. I had a better life in Jamaica, the freedom that I had in Jamaica. But when you're born to Jamaican parents, they're always looking for better, greater, better upgrade. And America held the promise of having that better life. But what I did not know is the type of life I would live in America and how I would live. Because you see, in America, there's no real family structure. It's dog eat dog, man. And though you have an advanced dream to gain something and to be someone and to gain a piece of that American pie, that American I'm telling you, man, it's for black people, it is, I'm telling you. Because now, it's chasing that American dream means that you work till you die. You know what I mean? You work till you die. Because they don't teach you the fundamentals of what it really, really means to survive, to get that dream. You're brought up on the notion that you have to work hard, and you have to get an education, and because the education will get you the good job or the good placement. So we sink all of our attention, at least for the parents and into the children, who then sink that same mentality and ideology into our children. Gotta get an education. So we spend a lot of focus and a lot of time, a lot of energy trying to educate our children. But you know what? We miss the mark. We miss the mark because we're chasing the education to get our children, give our children a fighting chance. But look at that. Many people I know with PhD and master's degrees, I'm talking black people here, that can't find a job, overeducated, overqualified, can't even find jobs. Sometimes some of them work in McDonald's, are waiters, are in the supermarket, but they are highly educated. So the skills that we should have been teaching our children was how to become an entrepreneur, how to manage. And so if I could have done it all over again, if I could have done it all over again, I would have learned management. Because management, man, I'm telling you, to manage. There's a scripture in the Bible that teaches us. It says, if you can be trusted with little, you can be trusted with much. And we have a saying in Jamaica that one cocoa, full basket. You know what I mean? So if we had learned how to manage, if we had learned how to be entrepreneur, if we had learned the skills to pay the bills, what life would be like for us. For me, my mother gave me an opportunity. She gave me an opportunity to go to college or to get a job. Now I choose getting a job. I choose trade. Go to learn a trade. Go to college or learn a trade. Now I choose trade because I had one when I came to America. I had welding. And I always wanted to be a welder. I don't know if I told you how I got the trade or got the opportunity to become a welder. Yeah, well, I was going to school, and I had to walk to school. I walked to school because it was very, very close to my house. And I was walking past this welding shop every day, day in and day out, man. and they strike that arc, that blue light just looks so beautiful and wonderful. So I always look at it. Sometimes I stand up there for minutes or so and look at the blue light, and then I go to school. And the night after that, my eyes are hurting, like really hurting bad. I didn't know what it was. Thought I had something in my eyes, like a dust and something just wouldn't come out. But I paid no mind. After 2, 3 days, I having the same issue. I started to make my parents know, hey man, there's something in my eyes can't come out. It was really, really bad. After a week, same thing. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, same things. Finally, they decided to take me to the hospital. Went to the hospital. They couldn't figure out what was going on. They gave me all kind of drops, antibiotics, pills, and stuff like that. They didn't have a clue what was going on. But every day going to school, guess what I'm doing? Looking at that blue light. Fascinated with that blue light. I'm like a deer in a headlight. Fascinated with that blue light, man. And so anyway, long story short, one day, just one particular day, I was coming home from school and they were welding like crazy. And I was just there staring at it. And finally, one of the welders saw me and just really let me have it, man. I'm like, get away from me. And I'm thinking, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. I was like upset with him and he's upset with me. And I'm trying to figure out why he's upset with me. And I'm telling you, telling me, man, that light will hurt your eyes. You make a grain in your eyes. I'm like, what? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine the revelation? The revelation, ladies and gentlemen. And from that day, I was fascinated with welding. I was fascinated with welding because I wanted to know how the hell could that light way over there hurt my eyes way over here. And that's how I became a welder. And that led me, welding had led me a long way in my career. I've gotten away from it for about 14 years, got back to it, started to build ships at BIW, Bath Ironwork General Dynamics. It was a good welder there, became a supervisor. So welding did a really good thing for me. It got me to where I needed to be, got me that big house, and I had a house 4,000 square feet, and I had a nice swimming pool, cars, bikes, from welding. And I got that information at a very young age. I think I probably was about maybe 6 or 7 years old when I got that insight about this is what I want to do and this is what I want to be, and why I got away from welding is because when I came to America, I went to trade school. I did 6 months there at Apex Technical School, got all my paperwork, but I couldn't seem to be able to land a job. And it was due to racism too, but I didn't know it at the time because you see, ladies and gentlemen, I never heard the word racist until I was 18 years old. I didn't know what it means. I didn't understand it because in the islands, you don't really learn racism in the islands. In Jamaica, where I'm from, you don't really learn about racism, at least when I was growing up. We know about classism, the rich and the poor, the light skinned and the dark skinned people, but we never really learn about racism. We learn about, our national heroes and the fight of slavery. And that's the very, very teeny, teeny, tiny, teeny, teeny, tiny piece of slavery that we learn about. We have Shamshak, Paul Bogle, Nani, and all them, and they fight the slave and they were rebels. But that's about it. We really didn't know the extent or intensity of enslavement till I came to America and heard the word racist for the first time. Change in the course of my life because now I can see it. Now I can see it. Now I understand it more, and I'm invested in it. I want to know more. And over the years, you get to learn it, and you get to see it, and you get to see it affects you and how it affects you as a whole, as a people. So as you learn that now, you start realizing that there's a separation, a segregation, not only in the curriculum that was taught to us, but in every facet of life. You start to see it. You cannot not see it. You know what I mean? And so as you start to see it, and you start to get wise, okay, I can do some things differently. And so life experience just take you to different places and different areas in your life, and then you start to really see it. and you see it subtly, and then you subtle. It's very subtle and subtle, subtle, and then you start to see it like magnified. Then when Donald Trump became president the first time, you start to see it like the flags start coming out, people start and I live in an open state, open carry state, so I always have my peace on me. What I mean, and I was never afraid, but you can't help now to start to invest deeper into who you are as a people and why this and why that. Because like I said, I was 18 years old when I first hear the word racism. So you started to invest and you start to learn more. You start to dig in, and I went to the university of YouTube, man, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Start reading books, start learning, looking at the scriptures differently. Start looking at okay, wait, So you start looking at scriptures like, but wait, man, are we even in the Bible? You know what I mean? Are we even in the Bible? Because you grow up and you start to see all your favorite movie stars, they're white. All your comic heroes, they're white. You know what I mean? All the comic heroes that became movies, they're all white. All your Bible characters are white. When you look at the movies, the character that first dies in the movie is a black man, unless there's a Mexican or someone else there. But you know what I mean? You're looking at the parts that is played and the under parts that is played, and you start to see where the black people live versus where the white people live. And I mean, when I came to America, I started to recognize it too, because when I came to America, 17, just turned 18, I lived in Brooklyn, New York, and I lived in Crown Heights. And at that time, before the World Trade Center, you didn't see many white folks in my neighborhood. And then when I came here, no white people lived in my neighborhood, and I was concerned about that because I came to America to integrate my mind. I wanted to experience something I've never experienced before. But no white people live in my area, in my neighborhood. And I asked my mom, I never forget, I asked my mom, where are the white people? And she said, some live over there, and they live over there. And I go searching. And so as I go searching, I started to realize, wait a minute, America is segregated. We come together, we work in the same workplace, we come together, we in the same schools and sometimes in the same churches, but at the end of the day, we are segregated in our minds, attitude, and actions, especially where we live. And so, you go down the Park Slope and you see it's mostly white, and it's gentrified down there because guess what? The rent was so astronomical that it's hard for the black man who can't afford, who's making minimum wage to live over in these areas. So you go over this side, you see the Russians. You go over this side, you see the Jews. I mean, right across from Eastern Parkway, going, I'm gonna see, like east or west, probably east. Can't remember. Don't quote me there. I'm not sure if it's east, but going past Eastern Parkway, just that big line, Eastern Parkway, on the other side were the Jews. They took over the whole area. They have almost all the houses on that side, you know. And so you go this way, you see the Russians. You go this way, you see the whites. You go this way, you see the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, and the blacks in the middle. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Why can't we all come together? And so, I always was interested in us coming together as a people, but I've never seen that. And so when I moved to Maine, I was a trickle of white. I was a speck of dust amongst white people. I lived amongst white people for a long time, and I'm like, wow. So you start to learn the thing, you start to see the thing, and then I became the only black supervisor at BIW. I was the first, and I was asking, where are the black people? And they said, well, look at where you live. There are not many black people here, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that. So one of the things that I did to make an impact was I became a supervisor. And BIW held me back for 2 years. They didn't want to give me the job. And they didn't want to give me the job. It got to the place where I had to bring it to the perspective. I had to say, hey, listen, I'm more qualified than most of the guys you're hiring for the job supervisor in my department, welding department. And I'm saying to myself, I said, wait a minute. Why am I not getting the job? I'm more qualified. I've been here at this time now. I've been there for 5, 6 years. I'm like, I'm qualified for this job. I know it very well. Why am I being passed over? So I ended up getting the director And I went and said, listen, I don't want to sue this company. I feel like I'm being profiled. Now I don't know if I'm racially profiled, but I know for certain that I'm being profiled because the people that they're hiring in the company, I have more qualification, more experience, more time, more seniority than them. The people they're hiring off the street doesn't have more qualification than me. So, okay, they have a PhD or they have this or this. Then some of these people that they hired, white people, of course, don't even have an experience in shipbuilding. They just have an experience in management. And since nobody wanted in the company really wanted to do management because they just felt like, what's the sense? They're making good money. But I wanted to make a difference. Yeah, I wanted the money, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to make a difference, not only in the company, in the look of the company, but I wanted to make a difference for my people. So I became I fought it. I fought it. And I fought it simple. I just went right to the top. I said, listen, I'm being overlooked. And I started gathering information. I started gathering information when people got hired. I started to gather the information and I had it written down in my book. And I'm looking at the qualification, experience, where they work. I just start, because, if you know anything about me, man, I know people and my heart is always love. I'm always love, always about the right, what's right. I'm pleasant, I'm easy to talk to, and I'm easy on the eyes. Like my wife said, I'm good looking. So I use that. I use my charm to gather information. Now I had a lot of information on these people, and none of them were more qualified than me. So I have to say, 6, 7 people that got hired in the last 2 years or 10 years or 2 years or so, and I'm looking at their qualification and I'm saying why. So I brought that to my director at the time, and I said, why am I not getting hired? Why am I passed over for the job? And I told him straight up, I don't want to sue this company. I don't want to sue this company. I could have sued this company. I didn't want to sue the company. I just want an opportunity to prove myself, to make more money, and to make a difference for my people here. And he brought us together. He brought us together. He brought the supervisor, the direct, uh, the director of my department together, welding department, and his assistants, himself and me. So it was 4 of us in the office. And he sat down and he asked him a question. He said, "Hey, listen, why are you not hiring this man?" And he cussed them out, man. I tell you, tears came to my eyes. Tears came to my eyes because for the first time since I've been working there, I felt like I had a voice. And the voice that I had wasn't coming from me. It was coming from another white person who was asking a legitimate question: why am I being passed over? And so, boom, he sat down there, and I said it. I said it in the meeting. I said, listen, I have to believe that I'm being passed over for 2 reasons. For one of 2 reasons, or both. I said, one, I'm being passed over because I'm black, and the position that I'm trying to get will make me see. It will make me be seen more than ever. So I said, I don't believe this company's racist. And the reason why I said it is because you hired me as a welder. You hired me. So I don't believe that this company is racist. Or maybe the company could be racist and I'm just a quarter they needed to say, hey, equal opportunity. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I would put it in on display. And so I said that could be the reason. Or the second reason is I refuse to work on a Saturday. I refuse to work on Saturday. You know why? Because I read in the Bible. I read in the Bible. The Creator rests on the seventh day. The Creator blessed the seventh day and made it holy. The Creator sanctified the seventh day. The Creator honors that day. Of all the days of the week, this is the one He blessed. This is the one He sanctified. This is the one He. So I knew that worshiping of the Creator on a day that He commands us to worship Him, a day that He commands us to rest. Because you see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. You can worship the Creator any day of the week. You don't need a day to worship the Creator. You worship any time. I got up this morning. I looked through my window and I worship. I give Him thanks. I say, Alalo Asyao, Habola Yao, Lodala Yao. I know you probably don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm worshiping the Creator in our language, in the original language the Bible was written in, the biblical language, Kabari. And we're gonna touch a little bit on that. I want to introduce you my niece, Kabara Yao. I'm going to introduce you to her in a minute. You're going to hear. She's going to teach us a little bit about our lost language. I'm learning it. I'm learning it to talk to the Creator in the language He talked to my people before we were enslaved and we lost our ways. So I stood up for that, ladies and gentlemen. I said, no, I am. It's either I'm black or I can't come in on Saturday because I will honor that day. I will keep that day holy. And they were dumbfounded. And then the boss said, which is it? The director said to my bosses, which is it? Is it because he's black or is it because he ain't coming outside of it? And of course, he admitted right there in the office, all four of us. He said, it's a scheduling thing, it's a work thing, it's a need. It's a need thing or something like that. He said, and that's why he can't. That's why it's Saturdays because I can't come on Saturday. And the director Steelman, he just went off on them and said, "Listen, it's not in this company's bylaw for people to work on Saturdays. You see, it's an overtime, it's an option. We can't make people. We can't force them to work on Saturdays because it's not a work day. It's an optional day. Saturday and Sunday is an optional day." And I said, and I tell them, I said, when I was hired here as a welder, I said, when I was hired here as a welder, I made it abundantly clear that I cannot work Saturdays. I will not work Saturdays. And at the time, I believe the Sabbath was Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. So I couldn't work from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. But now that I came to the truth of the true seventh day, it doesn't start from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. It actually starts from Saturday sunrise to Sunday sunrise. So you see, you learn some things as you grow on. And so this brings me, ladies and gentlemen, to part two of title my message here, family. Because you see, if you don't understand family, if you don't understand what it means to the Creator, you see, if you don't understand family, I'm telling you, you on your way down. You never ever succeed. And even if you get rich and you have everything, man, you will be one miserable person. Look how many people got money, man, committed suicide, man. Look at it, man. Look at it. You got to understand the power of family. And so I did this in part one. I'm doing it in part two. The dictionary's definition of family: a group of one or more parents and their children living together as a unit. So when you talk about a family structure, you're talking about living together as a unit. Here's the second definition here: all the descendants of a common ancestry. And that's the one I want to focus on. All the descendants of a common ancestry. Ancestors. All the descendants of a common ancestors. And that's where I come in. This is where I come to you to give you the understanding of why this is important. The creator of the heavens and earth has a family. He created a man in his own image. And the goal here, ladies and gentlemen, we got to put things back into the proper perspective, because if we don't, where everything after that is a lie. Well, to conclude my message to you earlier about my, getting the job as a supervisor, right? I ended up getting the job. And I even said, I'm not suing this company, because he literally admitted that he kept me back for 2 years because I of my religious rights, because I was an Adventist at the time. And an Adventist, Saturday was my day of worship. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown was my day of worship. So he denied me 2 years, and I could have sued the company, but I didn't. That was not my intention. I didn't think I'm going to get rich from suing anyone. I don't want to. That was not my intent, and that's not how I plan to get rich anyway. I plan to get rich by my own, not suing someone take what they have. You know what I mean? My intent was to make a difference for my people, not for myself alone, but for my people. And so, of course, they gave me the job, and I kick ass. That's what I do. That's what I do, ladies and gentlemen. Where the playing field are level and the rules are established, we black people dominate. It's just our nature. Why do you think we are made of melanin? Melanin, we're the superior race. I know, you think about, okay, there's no such thing as a superior race. There's just one race. But, come on, man. You live in a world that divides you by race. Come on. I know there's only one human race. You know it. I know it. But the playing field are not level. And if you look in the 1600s, when the white man is created, or when he was, you know, elevated as superior, you have to look at the plantation owners and see the true heads of states and the true heads, how they manipulate. But all this is the work of the Creator, you see, because He has a plan. He said, Babal is a golden cup in His hands, that He's using that to deceive the nations. So the nations are deceived and gone astray from the Creator. So when you understand these things, man, come back to your roots and understand. And that's why I say a black man is a superior man, is because he's the only man on earth that have a DNA strand, about nine DNA strands. Every other people on the planet does not have that. Melanin is dominant. If you don't understand that, melanin is dominant. Black man is the first man. Y'all see me posting a lot of white things on my thing and racism things on my. I will never let you forget. I will never let you forget. You know why? Because you lied to me. You lied to me in your churches. You lied to me in your government. You manipulated my mind. You took me away from my heritage. I hate you for it. You heard me right. I hate you for it. And I tell you the truth. I only love white people that loves me. I'm telling you that. So if you're white, you're watching this, you claim you love me, you better stand up for me. You better show me. And how you show me? You show me by standing up. You know what's going on. You see what's going on. You call me friends. But you know what? You look at me and say, oh, you look at you. Look how you're doing. And look at Muhammad Ali. You saw him? Look how he's doing. He said, man, I'm set. I'm not fighting for me. I'm fighting for my people. His whole fight was not for himself. He was set. So you're looking at me and you say, okay, look at you. If you can do it, then you people can do it. And you're just ignoring the facts. And that's what I hate about you. You call me brother. You say you love me. You never even once asked me. You never even once asked me. Maycha'al. Michael. You know me as Michael. You never even once asked me, Michael, why do you believe what you believe? I can go back, man. Let me tell you something. I can go back. There was one guy that ever, white man, in all my history of learning about white people, your country, your culture, your terror, there's only one white man that has ever asked me, why? And this was with the Black Life, when the whole Black Life Matters. Can't remember his name. I wish I could remember his name, man. But he worked at UPS with me. I'm not UPS. He worked at BIW with me, and he asked me the question, and I sat him down and I said these very simple words to him. I said, "Have you ever have to worry about what you wear out on the streets? Have you ever gone into a store to buy something and watch the camera move and following you everywhere you go? Have you ever gone into a store and watched the security following you? Every aisle you're in, he's in, she's in. Have you ever gone into a store and they check your bag intensively? Man, I watch it time and time. And I watch people go out and go out and go out. And as soon as I come up to the exit, they're looking, going through every item. And I'm like, wow. I said, has that ever happened to you? No. Have you ever to wonder, watch out for when driving on the road, if you're driving a nice car, that you're going to be pulled over by the police officers? He said, no. I looked him right in the face and I said, that is my reality every day. And look at me. Look how I dress. See, I'm always in a blazer. I'm always looking nice. My face is always nice. because I'm a barber. I cut my own face, cut my own hair. I'm always looking nice, but I'm still racially profiled. And so people are not looking at my character. They're looking at me. They're not even looking at how I dress. They're looking at me as a black man. I said that is my reality. This is my reality every day. I said my reality every day is I have to prove myself just to fit in. I have to work twice as hard just to be equal, just to get a place on the table. I watch my work shut down many, many times. My ideas stolen many, many times. I give my ideas and I watch it stolen from me. Someone else taking credit many, many times. I watch jealousy, man, happen. But I had to fight through that. Still be black. Because I don't need nothing to be black. I was born this way. And oh my creator, I'm glad I was born black. And I stayed in this company and I made a difference. I started encouraging. First thing first, the first thing I did at BIW is I get my families to come and work there. My daughter, my son-in-law. Then I get some friends to work there. So now it was no longer me, the one black man. You see what I'm saying? I started to, as many black people as I could find, I started telling them about BIW. So it went from one black man. The time I left BIW, when my time was done at BIW, I think we had about 30, maybe 30 or 40 black people working there. And before I left, there was about maybe 3 or 4 or 5 black supervisors with me. So one person can definitely make a difference. I changed the landscape of that company. Over 100 years been in existence. I changed the landscape because I did my job. And I knew my time was coming to an end. Because I kept telling everybody, this company is going to fire me. 3 months before they fired me, I knew it. You know how I knew it? Because the creator told me. I was prepared for it. They offered me a different position. They offered me a different management position in a different trade. Still got all the information here. I still got all the paperwork to prove it. I still got the record, and I recorded the whole conversation. Yeah, I got it all on record. I got it all on tape. Right? But and when that didn't work, they offered me an opportunity to go back to the tools to be a welder again. So the company didn't want to lose me. They were in a place where they couldn't control me. And I was getting a lot of recognition. I made a big video for the company to gain more recognition and for the company. They took that all down. You don't see that. You can't go on YouTube and find it. But I have a copy of it still. I do have a copy of it still. Right? I got close to the senator, Senator Susan Collins, said good nice things about me. I hugged her, lifted her up, took a picture still on her page. It's beautiful, right? But you see, I was getting to a place where my voice was being heard. I was making a difference. And safety, my safety record was impeccable because everywhere I go in that company, I cleaned it up. Every year they put me, I cleaned up. My actual supervising boss, I won't mention his name. He said to me before he fired me in the next 2 months, he said, man, everywhere I put you, these are his word verbatim. Every place I put you in this company, you make the problem go away. So he said to me, there was witness in the office when he said that to me. Every place I put you, you make the problem go away. And I said, it's what I do. Because I don't just go in there and be the boss. I go in there and gather information. I want to know what's going on. Where can we improve? I watch. If I know I'm going to go a place, if you tell me I'm going to send you here, I'm going to send you there. I go over there and just hang around, watch, see how it works, see how people are, see how the move, learn everything about the area, learn everything about this last 2 or 3 supervisors that was there, learn the characters. So when I go in, I know exactly what to do. Gather information, man. I gather information. And once I gather those information, I can make the right choices. So I change things. And one of the first things I always do when I go to any place to work, I make sure the safety is up. We cleaning this place up. We removing some things. We getting we I want man, it was so crazy, my safety record, that the recognition started to happen. And I can see the change because I can see when the president of the company starts to recognize my work, the vice president of the company starts to recognize my work. Those that was in power over me were jealous of me. I could see it. I saw it, man. Once one director told me to my face, he said, "Man, when Susan Collins comes to town, I put on a shirt. I put on my best shirt. I have a shirt that I wear that every time when Susan Collins comes to town to meet her." And he came down to meet Susan Collins. I was there in the group, and Susan Collins passed over him and recognized me and hugged me so intensively I had to pick her up. And that's the picture and he was mad about that. He was so mad he couldn't even he couldn't even hide it. He pulled me in the office to tell me all about this. He couldn't even hide it. But what he did not know, that director, what he did not know is that I am this, I am Maycha'al or Aaron. I'm Michael Sewell. I'm this way all the time. I don't put on a show. If you see me in public and you see me at home, I'm that person. If you see me in church, if you see me on the street, I'm that person. I am this. I am this. What you're seeing right here, this way I'm always smiling, always encouraging, always happy. Because I found out the secret of happiness. The secret of happiness is a choice. I choose to be happy. I don't look for happiness from the outside. It's all on the inside. You see what I'm saying? It's all on the inside. I choose to. I found the secret of love. Love is a choice. It's not a feeling or emotion. It's a choice. I choose to love. I choose to love, and I choose who I will love. And I choose who I will hate. It's a choice. And once I understand these things, man, my whole life's changed. And so 2 years in a row, I met Susan Collins. When everybody was like afraid, just want to go up and shake her hand, I hugged her. The first time I met her, I hugged her. I know all the supervisors, all the directors were looking at me like, damn, I stepped out of the line, but they don't know this is who I am. And I hugged Susan, and I hugged her very tight. And she whispers in my ears, "Would you like to hear what you said to me?" I was letting her go, but she kept on. She kept holding me. You know what she said to me? She said to me, "You have no idea how much I needed that." That's what she said to me. "You have no idea how much I needed that." You see, when you guys meet dignitaries, and you all don't know that they're human beings. They have a title and they have power and they may have money, but they're human beings. You have to be a human being first. It doesn't make, when you have power and money, you don't stop being human. You don't become God. And that's what the problem with some of you people. You treat these people like they're God. They're not God. They're human beings. They need hugs. They need laughter. They need friendship. They need someone to tell them the truth. They need someone to be in their corner. They need someone to listen to them. They want to be heard. They need someone to empathize with them. When I saw her, I hugged her because I was glad to meet her of what she was doing for the company and securing my job for my future and for my family. Because I have grandsons that I wanted to see work there. I got sons and daughters that was working there. So she was working for us and fighting for us. So I wanted to tell her thank you. And a handshake just wouldn't do. And that's how I develop a relationship with people. Because guess what? When you come into my presence, you will remember me. I'm the loudest. I'm the loudest. And that doesn't mean voice alone. I'm bright. See, I have a light in me. And when I shine it, it's going to shine over you. It's going to shine through you. And if you're a person that walks in darkness, it's going to make you uncomfortable. And I'm not going to dim the light so you can fit in. I'm going to shine the light so I can get rid of you. Because one, here's the thing. It's either you're attracted to me or I repel you. You can't occupy the same space at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So you either off the light or you have the darkness. And if I repel you, then I know you're in darkness. So that's how I operate. So anyway, man, saying all of that, coming back to family, understanding what family means, because you see, this is why, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, my mom and my grandmother prophesied this over me as a young boy. I never forget. My grandmother looked me right in the face and she said to me, she said, "You're going to be a very rich man or a very poor man." That's my grandmother's prophecy for me. You're going to be rich, very rich, or very poor. And you know why she said that? Because of my heart, because of how I think. I'm a giver, man. I give till it hurts. And if you don't believe me, just ask anyone who knows me. Just I give till it hurts. Because I choose. I make choices, you see. I don't give on impulse. I give because he gave to me. When you come to know the truth about the creator, who he is, who you are relative to who he is, man, your life is changed forever. You can become broke and don't have a dime and still they're one of the happiest person on the planet. You don't know these things about me. You can't look at me and know if I'm rich or poor. You know why? Because I'm the same way. Because I have a creator and everything is put back in its right perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is put back in its right perspective. I now know the true name of the creator. All the names that was given to us through religion, through hierarchy, through monarchy, to keep me oppressed and depressed, and to keep me a slave in here, I am now free. I realize that the God that I worship is not a triune God. He's not one in three person. He's not three in one person. Shamaya Osheral. Ya'o ala eno ya'o akad. Here, O Ya'o Sheral, the Lord your God. Ala eno, your ala aim is one. That's the first thing. First thing first. Second, his name is Yahweh. Yahweh. Once you realize that, and then you start realizing that religion, a word that was created and added to the scriptures, not even to the scriptures, but added to the New Testament. Not one place in the Old Testament the word religion was ever mentioned. Once you realize that the creator of the heaven does not speak through a religion. Oh my God. How can you remain the same? The creator of the heaven does not speak through a religion, ladies and gentlemen. Start realizing these things and you have to look for truth. Truth has to be sought out, ladies and gentlemen. Truth has to be sought out. You got to seek it. Seek it like your life depends upon it. If you seek me, you shall find me, say Yahweh. Seek me more than gold and silver. What do people seek more than anything else? They seek gold and silver. You go to bed thinking money. And the other day, my brother accused me. He said, ever since you get to the Philippines, man, you're cursing a lot and money is all you're praying. That's what my brother said to me. I said, really? I said, that's because you are looking at me through the lens of Christianity. You don't understand that the whole English language is 500 years old. You don't understand that the whole English language is a cursed language. You know, when you look up the word devil, if you look up the word devil, it tells you all type of things. But you know what a devil is? A devil is one who devalues. People think a devil, the name devil, the word devil is a name. It's not a name. It's the devil is not a name. It's a title. When you hear the word devil, what do you think about? You think about Satan. You think about Satan. Yeah, he's a devil. He's a devaluer, but that's not his name. You see, because demons are called devils as well. You see, but if you look at the true devils of this planet, the devils of this planet is a devaluer. It's one that devalues life, people. You see, it's bigger than what you think. And if you look at our history, if you look at our history, so this is why you have to seek it, because you see, knowledge is information, and information is power. And we have come to a place now where power is in your fingertips, man. Power is in your fingertips. Man, you can speak to it. Now you can speak, man. When I was growing up, man, you gotta go to the library and be there all day and just get all day just to get one information, one answer. You have to go through so many books and draw lines in the books and write from the books into your book so you can take it home. But today, man, you can Google everything. You can YouTube everything now. Information is at your fingertip. You are without excuse. If you don't get this information, it's not because you don't want it. It's not because you don't know it. It's because you never sought it. Because it's there. Information is in the air, man. You can grab it. Anything you need to learn, anything you need to do, you can grab it. I go on YouTube. I learn how to play my guitar on YouTube. I learn how to fix things on YouTube. I learn how to ask questions. I learn everything that I need. I just go on YouTube. Someone there is waiting to give you the information and give it to you for free. You know, we pay to get information in these colleges to gain a piece of paper that say we have the information. And when you get the information, you go to the industry and you can't get the job because the job is not guaranteed by the information that you know. That's still control. You spend all this money for something you get free. Why? You know, scriptures say, why spend money on that which is not bread? So if you understand how to etch a life, if you understand how to manage, if you understand assets, if they have given us this information in the beginning, we wouldn't be looking about no goddamn education. We wouldn't be looking about no education that they manipulate to keep us slaves. We would understand that, man, you gotta, if you truly want to make something, you have to build assets and trust. If they had taught us that early in life, where would we be today? And even when we push through as a people and have our own and try to build our own, we tear it down. We got our own hospitals, own everything. And, you know, you got guys like Dr. Umar Johnson. I love this guy. I love him because he's fighting for the struggle. But you don't understand, you got to look back and see what they did to our ancestors fighting for that very same struggle. You open the school, you fought to open that school, and they vandalized that school. Bad. What do you think is going to happen? It's not going to change. Having your own land and having your own, it's not going to change because you don't control the power. You don't have the power. Because you see, if you have the land and you can't defend it, someone who has power, military power, is going to come take it from you. Unless you can defend it, you got nothing. You're just going to enjoy it for a time, and then someone's going to come in and destroy it because you don't have the power to defend it. You understand me? You don't have the power from the air. You don't have the gun. You can't defend it. But when you have the creator, Come on now. The ultimate power. Who will give you a voice. And through that voice, his rope come through and you can control the weather. No plane can fly in the air without in the air without the atmosphere, without the air. The plane would it needs wind. It needs wind to lift. You control the wind, you control what goes up. What about the water? No ship can sail on the water or under the water if there is an eruption, if you control the waves. Come on now. It's prophesied. It's coming. It's happening. It's happening to us right here in the wilderness right now. Ever since we extradite, ever since we exodus away from our prospective land and come to the wilderness, all these catastrophes happen around the world. Fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, rainstorm, hail. What do you think is happening? We're not sieging right now and everything seems quiet. Watch when we start to siege again. But all these storms are happening because of us. But anyway, that's another story. I don't have time to. What I'm saying is that you got to put some things back into perspective, ladies and gentlemen. And the perspective is that the Creator's name is Yahweh. The first man on the planet is black, and the first woman on the planet is black. The science prove it. Melanin is dominant. You got to put that back into perspective. Life start on this planet through a black couple. You got to put that back in perspective. Now, once you put that into perspective, now you can see that the characters of the scriptures are all black. They're not white. There's no white people in the Bible, unless there were slaves in Egypt. The entire Bible, character of the Bible. I'm not saying there's no white people in the land at the time. I'm saying the characteristics of the Bible are black. Adam and Eve, black. All the descendants from black. Noah, black. If out of one of the children comes the white, you see, science proved that two black people can create white people because the gene is dominant. The white gene is recessive. Two white couples cannot create a black man. A white man and a white woman cannot create any ethnicity outside of his own. And when white is mixed with any ethnicity, that baby is that ethnicity. Think about it. A white man gets with a Chinese girl, the baby becomes Chinese. Look at the features of the child. Puerto Rican, the baby becomes Puerto Rican. And definitely, whether he's with a black man or a black woman, when a black woman marry a white man, or a white woman marry a black man, that baby's black. And that's why they came up with the one drop rule, because they know that the one drop of black blood makes you dominant. And so all the history was changed and everything was spread out, the lies. The indigenous people, aboriginal, the original man, black man, the aboriginals of the world, black. They think black people was all that was in America before America became America. The Indians were black. All the names, the Arawaks, all these names are actually black people. It's written in the diary of the man who sees the country. It start with black. It's going to finish with black. But you have to understand the segregation or the separation, because the Creator speaks through a covenant. You have to understand that. That's what led us to who we are today. Because we're not here to talk about blackness in a whole. We're not here to talk about blackness in a whole. We're here to talk about blackness in a covenant. Blackness in a covenant, because you see, Abraham was black. His children was black, but he had some children that was rejected. Isaac, black. His children was black. One was red, and they think he's white. He's not white. He was just red or brown, because nobody's really red. He's brown, bright brown, with hair all over his body, and he was rejected by the Creator. Jacob, the covenant seed, Jacob, and his children. And that's where we're going from. That's where we're going from through the transatlantic slave trade to who we are today. And so we're gaining and understanding our true family because we're understanding our ancestry through a covenant promise made by the Creator. And so we gather in who we are, and that's what brought us to the wilderness, to wait, to be nourished, while the Creator takes vengeance on our enemies, the world at large, America and her allies. Because America is Babal. America is Rome. And Rome is the one that held us slave for centuries. And now the 500 years have passed. 500 years have passed. And the Creator now is not no longer silent. He's fulfilling the mark, his words of remaining silent for 500 years. We thought it was 400. We were greatly mistaken. We started counting from 1619 to 2019. But 1619 to 2019, there was 400 years, and the pandemic happened within that time, and all these different things started happening. It was just to mark the significance of the year of our Lord, the year of our God, Yahweh. We don't even like to use the word Lord because it comes from the word Kurios. That's Greek. It's a different God. That's why we say Elohim. Elohim, our master. You see. And so now we're at the time of his vengeance. This is the time of his vengeance. And if it doesn't happen, then we're mistaken. We're missing something. But everything is happening according to prophecy. The Exodus, the ravenous bird, the man from the east, born in the north, came to the east and restored the name. Prophecy fulfilled. The remnant, one from a family, two from a city. Or two from a city, one from a family. One from a family, two from a city. That's what's happening. He's exoduses his people and he gives them wings. Come on now. The remnant was given wings. We see it happen. It's not literal wings that we flying like a dove. No, we came here on airplane 10,000 miles across the Aegean to get to the wilderness where we'll be nourished for time and a half. 98 years to be exact. We're down 2, so we're 96 years to go. And in this place, he's going to nourish us and build us up to be the nation he once called us to be, fulfilling the promise he made to his friend Abram. And from here, after the 98 years, when we're established and have power, he's going to bring us back to the promised land because he has to give us the promised land. He has to bring the right people back in the land. Those people who are there now, they're not even in the right place in the land. They're imposters. They're not protected by the Creator. They're protected by America. America is the allies of Israel. America is their strength. Without America, they will be overrun. And they're imposters. And so here in the wilderness, we're gathering strength. And it starts with learning our language. We already know the name of our God. We already know that we are the covenant people. We have already been given wings to the wilderness, and we await his vengeance. So while we're here, we're to eat, drink, and be merry. But you know what? Some hard times is upon us, And you know why? Because he said it would be. But these times is when he show forth his goodness. Because we just read it in Yeshayahu, Isaiah 40, the 41st chapter, where he says, man, my people will be in this situation, but he's going to let the rivers flow out on us, the seas. Come on, man. Because he plants us here as trees. And so if he plants us here as trees, he has to nourish the trees through the rivers, which is the water. So he's going to flow these rivers over us. We just got to be patient and watch him do what he said he's going to do. Because you know what he said? He said, my words will not return to me void, but it will accomplish that which I sent it out to do. You know what else? What else he also said? He said, my covenant will I not break, nor alter the things that leave my lips. We are the covenant people. He only make a covenant with his people. The covenant is not the world. This is where you are bamboozled, ladies and gentlemen. You are bamboozled because you think the covenant is through the blood on the cross from some guy named Jesus. And I've dispelled that theory because I've spent the better part of my life, well, I wouldn't say the better part of my life, let's say the worst part of my life, learning about Jesus and accepting Jesus as Son of God. But you see, I tell you, when information comes in, you can't hold on to error. You'll be stupid. The letter J was only given in the last 400 or 500 years, just like the English language. There was no letter J before the year 1524. So Jesus could never be the name given by which we must be saved. If Jesus was the name given, and Jesus, the name was never in existence before the year 1524, how can that be possible? When the real creator, the real Messiah, was born in the first century. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that for a minute. Think about the geographical sector from which this man was born. The stories are all lies. It's there, but it's twisted to make you think he's some God man. But you worship a white Jesus. You're worshiping in error. That's hard to hear. You're worshiping a triune God. You're worshiping in error. And that's hard to hear. You're worshiping by a religion. You're worshiping in error. And that's why I'm here to tell you that the covenant, ladies and gentlemen, is for a specific people. The Creator is not speaking to the world. He's going to destroy it. Read Yeshayahu 24. The prophets teaches us this. He's going to destroy this world. You want world peace, but he's not. There'll be no peace. How can there be peace when the Creator is not worshipped as God in his own dominion, heaven and earth? He's not only the king of heaven, he's the king of earth. What do you think he's going to do? Someone take your home and control your family? What do you think you're going to do about that? So there will be no peace on earth. If you're looking for peace, you're in the wrong place. You might as well go try finding another planet. There'll be wars and rumors of war. Revolution is won by war. We are a people of war. Revolution is won through war. Did you not learn anything from Malcolm X? Did you not learn anything from Martin Luther? One have the right idea but the wrong ideology. The other, well, you see where Martin Luther King idea got him. You're trying to ask a people for equal rights, reparation, and justice, who holds all the power over you to want to enslave you. Make America great again is the slogan. Make America great again. You're foolish as a white person. You're foolish as a black person to think, for the white person, to think that slogan means make America great again for all people. You are stupid and foolish if that's your belief. If you think the president is making America great for all people, then you have to look at the immigration, what's going on there. Who's getting deported, ladies and gentlemen? Come on now. Be reasonable. Be be cordial. Be rational here. Who's getting deported? You want to tell me there is no immigrant Russians in America? Chinese, Japanese? There's no immigrant French people, English people, European people. There's no criminal people that are overstayed in the country that comes from Europe. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, open your goddamn eyes. So if you think he's trying to make America great again, you think there's no Europeans that are in them holding cell in Alligator Pond over there? No white? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Make America great again. He should just run in a slogan, make America white again. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? When was America great for black people? When was it great for us? When was it equal for us? In the 1800s, when they so-called abolished slavery. What happened after that? What happened after that? Do I need to read your history to you? Do I really need to read American history to you after slavery was abolished? Where's our 40 acres and a mule? Where's our 40 acres and a mule? Come on, man. Redlining? It ever happened to you? White people? Redlining ever happened to you? Have you ever gone to the bank and can't get the loan because you're not qualified? Me, witness this. I lived in Maine. I live around white people. I have no credit, no good job, and get a loan because you're built in a system that understand survival, and the white race is being extinct, and they know this. Why do you think their depopulation is coming? Why do you think they're planning to kill off billions of people through vaccinations and hunger and war? And now this job that y'all got, y'all know what's in the job. Y'all know what's in the job. You know what's on the rise right now? You know what's on the rise right now? There's another pandemic happening and none of you even realize it because it's too late for you. There's an HIV pandemic happening right now. HIV. And this is amazing. You remember in the early 70s, 80s, 90s, when HIV was, man, killing people left and right. There's no cure, still no cure for it. But all of a sudden, life goes on. People went back doing what they were doing, having sex, doing everything, just doing everything. And there was no AIDS, no HIV, no pandemic. And there is a cure for AIDS. But who wants to know? They killed the man with the information. Dr. Zebi. Dr. Zebi, this is public information. I'm not giving you anything. It's public information. He won a court case on showing how many people he cured from cancer and AIDS. The two number one killers of our people. And he cured them. What happened to him today? You don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, what you're facing. But I'm talking about the HIV pandemic. How did it get into your body? How did the HIV get into your body? Is it through sex? Let me ask you the question, because again, it is public knowledge. How did AIDS get into Africa? Kill off so many Africans. How did it get there? Public information. I tell you, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. If you want to know the truth, ladies and gentlemen, just go on the internet, go on YouTube and look at what they're discrediting. Don't look at what they're praising. See, the scripture said they praise you. Watch out. Look at what they're discrediting. Look at what they're spending billions of dollars to discredit. That's the truth. So how did the AIDS getting so rampant? I won't say a word. I'm just gonna tell you, watch the news. Because HIV is not only gonna spread in America like it is now, like what it's showing, it's gonna spread all over the world. And then here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Then they're gonna come out with a vaccination. Another vaccination to counteract the HIV that so many percentage of people just somehow happen to have. And you see, the illusion is that you thought you caught it from sexual transmitted, or was sexually transmitted to you. I'm here to tell you that you didn't catch it from sexual transmitted, from sexual act. But go do your research. Go and do your research. So be careful who you're laying down with now. Be careful who you call lover now. Because chances are they're HIV positive. And I'm saying a lot without saying a lot. So do your research. Knowledge is power. As for me and my family, we refuse any vaccination. And I believe that was the reason I got fired from BIW. A matter of fact, if you were to look at the supervisors, because they couldn't touch the workers, because they got union. We were supervisors, we had no union. If you were to look at the people who got fired on trumped up charges, I bet you any money I can put down anything on this. Look at the supervisors that got fired from BIW General Dynamics. And not only, I would say, if you go through the entire General Dynamics, go through the entire General Dynamics and look at the supervisors or salary workers that got fired on trumped up charges. I guarantee you they didn't take the vax. Somebody look into that. You have a case. You have a case. I guarantee it. And you know why I guarantee that? Because my boss was literally begging me to take the shot. What can I do to convince you, he said, to take the shot? And I looked him right in the eye and I said, under no circumstances, for no reason at all, for any reason at all, will I take that shot. I signed my death sentence. You know when John F. Kennedy gave that speech, he knew he was signing his death sentence, but he was willing to die. He was willing to die for what he believed. And some of you, whether you know it or not, you will die for what you believe. You look at the history, you will die for what you believe. Belief kills, you hear? And belief cure. Belief costs everything you have. You claim you believe, but you're holding on to everything you got. You ain't a believer. You're an imposter. You see, when a man believes, he's willing to give up everything he has. A matter of fact, the true Mashiach, his true words. But unless you're willing to give up everything you have, you just, listen, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains a single seed. But if it dies, ladies and gentlemen, if it dies, if it dies, comes this tree that bear fruits, the birds pitching it, gives you shade, and it bear fruits every season. What are you willing to live for? Yeah, you were expecting me to say, what are you willing to die for? You're dying, you just don't know it. You're gonna die. Trust me. So I'm not gonna ask you what you're willing to die for. You're going to die. And trust me, whatever you're doing, you're gonna die in it. You're gonna die doing what you're doing. So I'm not interested in your death. Because you're going to die. We all are going to die. I'm interested in what you're willing to live for. For me and my wife and my youngest daughter, we're willing to live for Yahweh. We're willing to live for the truth. And if that means I have to give up everything I love, everything I know, everything I have, I'm willing to live with the consequences of that. And I just hope those who claim to love me understand that. I'm willing to give up everything I love for that which I believe. And here's what I believe. I believe Yahweh is the true God of the universe, creator of the heaven and earth. I believe that Yahweh is the one in full control, that there's not a devil on the left hand side of me trying to make me do things, trying to make me sin. Sin is my choice. The devil cannot make me sin. He can tempt me to sin, but he cannot make me sin. Sin is a choice. We choose to sin. I believe that the Creator is in control of everything, even the devil. The devil works for him. I know that sounds hard to believe. You read the Bible, but you don't. You read the Bible, but you don't understand it. You read the Bible, but you don't ask the question. The devil went to the Creator and asked permission. All right. Anyway, whatever. I believe that we are the covenant people. If you can trace your lineage to the transatlantic slave trade, I believe that we are the covenant people of the promise made from the Creator to Abram. I believe that those who believe in the prophet, the ravenous bird, are the chosen people who got on a plane and came here. So I believe that my family is here. Where did I get that from? When the Messiah was asked, who is my mama and my brother and my sister? They that do the will of my Father. My family is here in the wilderness. I have a family right here in the wilderness. We have a prophet because the truth has to have a prophet in it. And the prophet has to come from the people. And where did I get that? Because the Mashiach said he was sent only to the lost sheep of Yahushua. Listen to the statement. I was sent only to the lost sheep. So was he sent to Yahushua in a whole? No. He wasn't sent to the nation in a whole. And most of you read that and you missed it. He said, I was sent only to the lost sheep. So who are the sheep? Who are those sheep? The sheep are those who heard his voice. You see? Because my sheep knows my voice, he said. When they hear me, they'll come. So if you're a part of truth, you should be in the wilderness. You can't be over there and think you're a part of truth. You have to be where the Creator commands you to be. And he commands you to be here in the wilderness. Are you truly the sheep? Are you truly the lost sheep of Yahushua? Are you truly the covenant people? You should be here. And if you're here, for my people who are here, if you are here, don't be looking outside for your answers. If you are looking outside for your answers, you've lost the game. And that's what the good thing about repentance is. Stop this garbage you're doing. Stop the garbage. Stick with the family. Wait upon Yahweh so he can renew your strength. Wait upon him. He has something in store for you. You're going to be loved more than you ever loved before. A life is waiting for you, man. I'm telling you, if you just be patient and trust me. Wait. I don't care what you're going through. Because whatever you're going through is by design. I can't stop saying this to you. Are you broke? It's by design. I've been in this country 2 years now. And for the past 7 years, I'm broke. See, I can tell you this. I'm broke. Past 7 months, sorry. I said 7 years? Past 7 months, I've been broke. Broke. I didn't go a day without a meal. My bills are paid every month. How does that happen when you're broke? I'm not calling anybody asking. I had called my brother once because he had promised to do something for me, but he didn't do it. And I realized me and my brother have this amazing relationship, and now we're apart. And it's incredible because I see the hands of the Creator in it. When you have a different understanding of who this Creator is, he never changes. He remains the same. He's the same God he was yesterday, today, and forever. And when you have a true understanding that he is in control of everything, that everything is under his control, even the way you feel, you're broke, it's him. Because he can open the door that you become rich like that. So if you've gone through a series or gone through a time when you're broke, it's for his glory. You're good. Because guess what? If you go out and work and do all the things you need to do and do them right, you still can be broke. Why some of the greatest singers never got heard? Why you been playing the lottery all your life? You never won. Someone who played it one time, just one time, won. I'm telling you, why you're so healthy, you do everything that's right. You work out, you eat right, you do everything, you caught cancer. The guy smoked for 30 years and eat all kind of junk shit. Never get sick. You ever ask yourself those questions? The Creator's in control. He decides who gets sick. He decides who gets well. He decides who gets rich. He decides who gets elected. He decides who dies. See, you got to read the scripture. I created what? Good, and I created evil, says the Creator. He's in control of all of it. Here's what he said, the Creator. He said these words to Masha, aka Moses. Who created the deaf, the dumb, the blind, the mute, the lame? Is it not I? For somebody born blind, somebody gets blind, somebody gets lame. Who did that? Creator. He's the one in control of all things. Nothing run past him. Nothing just happens. He is in control of it all. Once you have that mindset, so if I'm doing everything I can and I can't pay my bills, maybe he's telling me to move. My light cut off. Maybe he's telling me to light a candle for a while. Do you have that attitude? That's the attitude I have. That's why I can smile. That's why I get up every day. And you see, you think it's fake. It's not fake. It's who I am. Come on in. It's 11:10. Oh, I gotta get to glass now. Yeah, right. Okay. I wanted to show you Kabata's class, but guess what? I gotta get into class. I gotta be at class right now because we're having a class at school where we learn Gabare. All right. So you heard enough from me. It's been an hour and 25 minutes. I wanted to be an hour, but you know me. I got something to say. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play a little bit of Kabata's class for you, and then get myself together. And once I finish that, wherever the class stops, then I will continue for you again. All right? Kabata's classroom, ladies and gentlemen. We are learning our language, and we're learning it great.
Pagkatapos Katia hawa muna sa kapasaka osada.
Shalom, Shemay Chabadiyao. That means hello. My name is Chabadiyao. Shalom means peace, but it's also used as a greeting to say hello or goodbye, and also to say thank you. Sham means name, and Shamay means my name, Shamay Kabadayao. Mashamcha, that means, what is your name? When you ask a girl what her name is, you say, Mashamach. When you ask a boy, you say, Mashamcha. Since I'm talking to both boys and girls, I will use Mashamcha. When I ask you this question, you can respond with Shamay and your name. Mashamcha. Sham Yaba. That means beautiful name. Yaba means beautiful. Za mashpachate. That means this is my family. Za means this, and mashpachate means my family. Za mashpachate. Let me introduce you to mashpachate. Bo'a'o ale mashpachate. That means come here or come to me, my family. Bo'a'o ale mashpachate. Wow, that was fast. Za ache katan. That means this is my little brother. Za means this, ache means my brother, and katan means little. Za ache katan. Shamo nach gam nawal. That means his name is Nach Gam Nawal. Shamo means his name. Say shalom, Nach.
Shalom, Shemayna.
Za'at achate Ya'ochanan. That means this is my sister Ya'ochanan. Say shalom, Ya'ochanan.
Shalom, Shemay, Ya'okanan.
Za'at achate Ghadan. That means this is my sister Ghadan. Say shalom, Ghadan.
Shalom, Mashbaka, Shemegadan.
In English, Ya'ochanan and Ghadan would be called my first cousins, but in Ghabare, I call them Achete, my sisters. After all those who do the will of Ya'o, my Father in heaven, and obey his commandments are my family. We are one big happy mashpacha family. And now, let's go learn the adat mashpachate. Welcome to Kabata's classroom, where we will learn Ghabare. In English, we call it an alphabet, but in Ghabare, we call it the adat. That means signs. Today, we're going to learn the 22 signs that make up the adat. Are you ready? I will say each oath, which means a sign, and you can repeat after me. and then we can learn one new word for each oath. Let's go! I'll say ah, and then you repeat after me. Ah.
Ah.
Tov ma'ad. Tov ma'ad means very good. This is what we will do for each oath. Here we go. Ah.
Ah.
Ba.
Ba.
Ga.
Ga.
Da.
Da.
Ha.
Ha.
Wa.
Wa.
Za.
Za.
Ha.
Ha.
Ta.
Ta.
Ya.
Da.
Ha.
Ha.
La.
La.
Ma.
Ma.
Na.
Na.
Sa.
Sa.
Ra.
Ra.
Pa.
Pa.
Sa.
Sa.
Ka.
Ka.
Ra.
Ra.
Sha.
Sha.
And da.
Da.
Tov ma'ad, everybody. Now let's learn a word for each oath. Ah. Ah is for Ala'im. Ala'im. Ala'im means higher power. Ya'o is Ala'im. He is the creator of heaven and earth and all things in them. He is the highest power. Chal chabod la Ya'o. That means all glory to Ya'o. Ah is also one of the 5 vowels in Chabare, depending on where it is in a word. It's a silent vowel placeholder when it comes before or after another vowel, unless it's at the end of a feminine word. For example, in the word or, the ah is in its vowel form because it's before another vowel, wa. In this case, the ah is silent and the word starts with the vowel sound for wa, which is a long O sound. That's how we get the word or. Another example is in the words ho and hoa, which mean he and she. In ho, the ah is silent because it's a masculine word. It refers to a boy or a man. In hoa, the ah is not silent because it's a feminine word. It refers to a girl or a woman. Ba. Ba is for bathe. Bathe. Bathe means house. Look at this Beit Yapa. That means beautiful house. And this Beit belongs to Gadan wa Ya'o Hanan. Ga. Ga is for Gabor. Gabor. Gabor means mighty man. Shamashon Hey Gabor. That means Shamashon, also known as Samson, was a mighty man. He received his chazak, which means strength, from Ya'o. Da. Da is for Dalat. Dalat. Dalat means door. Don't forget to close the dalat or your chalab might run outside. Chalab means dog. We'll go over that word later. Ha. Ha is for ho and hoa. Ho and hoa. Ho means he and hoa means she. When I refer to Nach, I say ho, and when I refer to Ya'o Hanan, I say hoa. They are spelled the same, but the ah at the end of ho is silent when the word is about a boy or a man, which is masculine. Ha is also one of the 5 vowels in the Adat. It is a silent vowel placeholder when it's not at the beginning of a word. That means it doesn't make a sound as a vowel. It just takes on the sound of the previous consonant and lengthens it. For example, in the word ala'im, the ha tells us we need to extend the ah sound in the la. It's not ala'im, it's ala'im. Wa. Wa is for woe. Woe. Woe means hook. Za abe. That means this is my father. Abe uses a woe to catch dagat for dinner. Dagat means fish. Wa is the third vowel of the atat and is always a long O sound when it's not at the beginning of a word. In the word yom, the wa makes a long O sound. Yom means day. Check out the link to my Days of the Week video below to learn how to say all of the days of the week in Habare. Za. Za is for Zamara. Zamara. Zamara means song. Actually, it's not time for that yet, but I can't wait to sing the Zamara Atat with you. That means the Atat song. Ha. Ha is for Chag. This oath has a strong guttural sound. That means you say it from the back of your throat, like this. Ha. Chag means feast. During the Chag HaShachat, the Feast of Tabernacles, those that are of the bloodline of Ya'oshural must sleep in tents for 7 days, in remembrance of the time our ancestors stayed in the wilderness. Ta. Ta is for Tor. Tor. Tor means line, and it can also mean city line. Look at this Tor Yapa. That means beautiful city line. Ya. Ya is for Ya'o. Ya'o. Ya'o is the set-apart name of Abeno Shabashamayim, our Father who is in heaven. When we say his name, we always say it loud and filled with praises. Each year for the Zacharon Taroi, which is the memorial of the loud noise, we shout out his set-apart name together as a nation, and you can hear the sounding of a trumpet in our voices. I will count to 3 in Chabare, and when you hear me say Shalash, which is 3, you can shout his set-apart name with me. Here we go. Achad, Shanem, Shalash. Ya'o! Halalo at Ya'o! Ya is also the fourth vowel in Chabare. It always makes a long A sound when it's not at the beginning of a word. In the word maim, the Ya makes a long A sound. Maim means water. Cha. Cha is for chalab. Cha is also a guttural, but it is not as strong as the ha. It is like this. Ha. Chalab means dog. A chate shul ya'o is walking a chalab for her neighbor. La. La is for labab. Labab. Labab means heart. Labab cha means your heart. It's very important for you to have the fear of Ya'o ba labab cha in your heart. Ma. Ma is for Mabain. Mabain. Mabain means male teacher, and Mabaina means female teacher. This is Mabain Yao Ram. He teaches us all Chabare. Shalom, Mabain. I'm ready for class.
Shalom lach, achate, chabade ya'o. I said, peace to you, my sister, chabade ya'o. Washalom lacham, mashpachate, and peace to you all, my family. Nalamada af ha'afaf. Let us learn the pure signs. Ba chabarith hashapa barora. In Hebrew, the pure language.
Mabain Yao Ram is a Mabain Toma'ad. That means very good teacher. Na. Na is for Nabal. Nabal. The word Nabal means stringed instrument. King Doed loved to play his Nabal and sing praises to Ya'o. I want to learn how to play Za Nabal, this stringed instrument. Sa. Sa is for Sapar. Sapar. Sapar means book. Reading books is very good for your brain, but the best book to read is the Sapar Ya'o, also known as the Torah. Ra. Ra is for rate. Rate. Rate means ravenous bird. Za ha-rate Ya'oda Bandor. That means this is the ravenous bird Ya'oda Bandor. Ha-rate is also my mabain. That means he is my teacher. Shalom, mabain. I am about to go snorkeling, but don't you worry. I'm going to stay in the shallow waters.
Shalom Chabad Ya'o, wa shalom la shene chashar Shabbat Ya'o Shara. Ane Ya'oda Bandor Haret, wa yashle takoh che wa atem chal at halakach mabena katana Chabad Ya'o. Yashemai chacham wa yosap lakach wa nabon tachabam galecham. Shalom Chabad Ya'o, and shalom to the 12 tribes of Ya'o Shara. I am Ya'oda Bandor, the ravenous bird, and I have hope that you will love, all of you, the lesson of young Mabena Chabad Ya'o. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding will buy wise counsel. Shalom be upon all of you.
Pa. Pa is for pare. Pare. Pare means fruit. Haret and Mabain Ya'oram are picking pare tob for the Chag HaSachat. That means they are picking good fruit for the Feast of Tabernacles. Sa. Sa is for Sa'an. Sa'an means flock. Look at how Gadore Sa'an. That means the flocks of sheep. Ka. Ka is for Ketar. Ketar. Ketar means smoke. There was always Ketar rising from the tabernacle, and when we rebuild it, you will see Ketar rising again. Ra. Ra is for rotes. Rotes. Rotes means to run. Latarat means not will you run or don't run when you talk to a boy. You say latarat say to a girl, and to a group of children, you say lataratso, which is not will you all run. Ame, which means my mother, often reminds Alke Katan, my little brother, not to run in the house.
Latarats, latarats. Tob ma'ad, tob ma'ad.
Sha. Sha is for Shabbat. Shabbat. Shabbat means rest or to rest. Look at Harit resting on the Shabbat day. Resting is also one of my favorite things to do on Yom HaShabbayah, the 7th day, which is the Shabbat Laya'o. Ta. Ta is for Torah. Torah. Torah means law or instruction. The Torah is the book of Ya'o and teaches us all the laws and instructions that Ya'o gave to Masha to teach to Ya'osharal. We must follow all of these laws. Every day Abe, my father, reads the Torah day and night, and he teaches us to do the same.
Waya dabar Allah aim. I've called hadabarim ha'Allah ala amar anache ya'o ala echa. Hashar husatheka ma'aratz matzreim ma'beith chabadem.
Toma'ad, you all did great. Now that we have learned ha'adat and so many new words that we can start using every day, let's sing a song to help us remember everything we've learned. Let's sing the Zamara Atat. Abagada hawaza chatayacha lamana sarapatsa karashata adat. Abagada hawaza chatayacha lamana sarapatsa
you can learn your cabaret. I'ma sing the attack every day, so you can learn your cabaret. Ba, ga, da. How was I? Ha, ta, ya, ha. Lama na. Sa, ra, pa, sa. Karashata. We first need to learn the adat. Alae, ba, ba, ga, ga, bor, da, dela, ho and hoa, wa, wo, za, zamara, ha, hag, ta, tor, ya, ya, o, ha, halab, la, labab, ma, bain, na, nabal, sa, sapar, ha, rate, pa, hare, sa, saan, ka, katar, ra, rotes, sha, shabat, ta, dora, ha, atat, abagada, hawaza, khatayaka, namana, sarapatsa, karashata, atat, abagada, hawaza, khatayaka, namana, sarapatsa, karashata, atat. Come on, sing the adat every day, so you can learn your cabaret. Come on, sing the adat every day, so you can learn your cabaret.
Bar at ha'atat. That means you will say the adat. Now that we've learned ha'atat from abagat to karashita, we said it slow, now we'll say it fast. If you can say it like this, then you pass the test. We said it slow, now we'll say it fast. Come on and say it with me, and let's have a blast. Abagada hawaza khatiya khalamana saga pataka rishita. Abagada hawaza khatiya khalamana saga pataka rishita. Abagada hawaza khatiya khalamana saga pataka rishita. Abagada hawaza khatiya khalamana saga pataka rishita.
Now you've learned the adat, sing it every day. Continue to learn your cabaret. Yes, you've learned the adat, sing it every day. Continue to learn your cabaret.
There you have it. There you have it. I'm so grateful I'm able to stick around a little bit so you can actually hear the rest of this. And this is Kabari Yao. I love her, man. She's amazing with the Kabari and this entire family, man. Bakor Yao, and his beautiful wife, Zani, man. I'm telling you, man, Ashaki. Beautiful, beautiful. And yes, guys, you can learn this as well. And you can learn a lot about our family and who we are. And you can go check out the Ravenous Bird on YouTube. I'm telling you, if you do that, you're going to learn a lot about us, who we are. Check out the Ravenous Bird on YouTube. Ravenous Bird. And I think my next one, I'm going to highlight the true name of the creator for you. So, yeah, you guys can see it and just enjoy it and just really learn that time is truly running out, man. Lots coming up in this world, and we just got to learn and understand that this is it. And you'll see. But anyway, my name is Maycha'al Bon Aaron of Ya'osharal, and thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to have you again. If you can trace your lineage to the transatlantic slave trade, this is truly a cry out for you, a calling for you. You know the name Ya'o, you know the ravenous bird is prophet. You need to be here in the wilderness. DM me, get with us, man, and get ready to make this move. Love you guys. Until next time, thank you for watching.